Financial freedom is a marathon. If you want to be financially free, you have to develop a marathon mindset. Marathon mindset. See, not even speaking on getting rich or anything like that. If you just want to be financially free, if you just want to have your finances in order and not to be able to depend on anybody, not to have a job, you have passive income coming in. This is of endurance. You have to have endurance. You have to think in 10, 20, 30 years. Not just 1 year, not just a couple months, not just 3 months, not just 3 weeks. You have to develop a marathon mindset. You see, when runners go and runners train for marathons, it's different from training in a race. When you train for a marathon, you train for endurance. You train to keep going. And a lot about marathons is more so a mind thing, It's not necessarily a body thing like, oh, your body is going to break down. Yeah, your body could, but it's more so a mind thing. Because you have to use your mind to push through walls and blockages and the pain. After a while, when you're running, there's going to be pain. You have to learn how to overcome that and trick yourself into blocking that out. And the same thing can go for financial freedom. Anything you're trying to build, anything you're trying to do is going to take a while to do it. And don't look at it as in a year, 2 years, 3 years. No, you have to look at it as 5, 10, 15, 20. Like, you have to look at it as a marathon, not a race. Because it's not a race. Because you're going to endure a lot of pain. Because you're going to go through a lot of things that's going to shape you, that's going to change you, that's going to transform you. And you have to learn how to have the correct mindset when you're dealing with these things. You have to learn, if you make a mistake in business or if you fail in business, not to give up. You have to learn how, when things don't go your way in business or when things don't go your way in investing, you have to learn how to block out the people who are, talking down on you, who are talking shit about you, who are being negative, who don't want to see you win. You're going to have to battle depression. You're going to have to battle your own mind. Because you are your worst enemy. You are going to be in the way. Yeah, you're going to have enemies. You're going to have people coming out the woodwork, being negative and trying to bring you down and trying to stop you and trying to get in your way. But you are going to be your worst enemy. You have to understand that. And you're going to have to develop the right mind to deal with that. It's about endurance. It's about enduring your commitments. It's about having and adopting a marathon mindset. Great things take time to manifest. Anything that is great takes time to manifest. That's why great things are just not handed out. Things that are great, they take time to manifest. See, I'm a young millennial, but I'm also on the cusp of millennials. That first batch of millennials. We're kind of different because we were still raised on a lot of old ways, but we are still millennials. We still have that millennial culture going on, but we still were raised on a lot of old ways of thinking. A lot of them are beneficial. And I'm going to tell you what. Everything that you want takes time. And when I was younger, you didn't get participation trophies. You know, that started a little bit later after me. But when I was younger, you didn't get participation trophies. If you were number one, you were number one. And everyone knew you were number one. But not everybody could be number one. Not everybody can win. And when you're playing a game, you understand that. When I had after school programs and I participated in after school programs, look, we all knew this guy is number one. We all knew. You know who. Usually you know who's number one in the room. Okay. It's an unsaid thing. Sometimes it's said, sometimes it's unsaid. But you know. But to be number one takes time. It takes effort. And some people were born with skill and talent. But if you outwork them and you become more creative than them, more flexible than them, more adaptable than them, then you can win over time. You can use time and leverage it to win. Because it's about energy and consistency. If you come at any of your goals with enough energy and enough consistency, you can break through and you can win. It's about leveraging time. Now I want to close out with profound story that we all used to hear about as children. I know a lot of people, especially if you're from America, you know, your parents or school probably taught you about the tortoise and the hare. Think about that story. That story is very profound. The tortoise and the hare. It's a simple story, but it's very, very, very profound. And it teaches you as a kid about consistency. And how you might not be the fastest. You might not be a born winner, but through consistency and hard work, you can win. If you don't know about the story, the hare challenged the tortoise to a race. There's many iterations of the story, but the hare usually challenged the tortoise to a race. The tortoise accepts. Now we all know that, okay, a hare or a rabbit is faster than a turtle. But the hare got so cocky and was so arrogant, sat on his laurels and taunted the turtle and stopped mid-race. The tortoise kept on working, kept on working, kept on working, kept on working, kept on working. And no, he wasn't fast. But he kept working and he eventually ended up winning the race. And you can extrapolate that towards financial freedom, towards actualizing your goals, towards winning in business, towards becoming the CEO you want to, towards building the business that you want to, towards building the life that you want to. It's going to take time, but if you keep working on it, if you keep grinding, if you keep hustling, if you keep sacrificing, if you keep going through the pains and emotions and the ups and downs, if you learn how to get yourself out of situations and become more adaptable and keep learning and keep growing, you can win, just like the tortoise. But it's going to take time. And time is going to pass either way. So what do you want to do? Look, it's the Gunsy Entrepreneur. If you found this video valuable, please like, share, subscribe, and stay vigilant.